Hello everybody and everything, and welcome back to more Hollow Knight. In the last episode, we did a whole lot of boss fights down in the Hall of Gods in preparation for the third Pantheon, the Pantheon of the Sage. And I've been looking at these doors here for a minute, and I have to say, I had absolutely no plans of trying to do an all bindings challenge on this Pantheon. I was planning on just doing them kind of one at a time. But okay, here's the thing. If I had these three doors right next to each other and this one didn't match at this point, when these two are all bedazzled and glowing, that would drive my OCD crazy. So I'm thinking I'm at least gonna try it. I'm all practiced up. I just recorded the last episode that you guys saw, so I'm fresh in all my knowledge of pretty much every boss that we're going into here. In a lot of ways, I think most of them are easier than some of the bosses in the last one.
Lowly fruit, blindness and worms, again you challenge the gods. What divine wind has granted thee the strength to endure their presence, where no wonders may stand? Fight then, struggle then, and healing shall be risen with thy destruction.
With pleasure, Godseeker. I kind of get the feeling you don't like me. Now, I am all practiced up on doing these fights, of course, with the Mark of Pride, which is the problem. But we do have an advantage going in here. Since we've done all of the other fights, gotten all 8 of the other possible bindings from the first 2, we are going to have some... Yikes, okay. We are going to have a couple of things to look forward to, a couple of lifeblood masks, which is pretty nice. I'm going to let the stagger just wear out the process of the bees there. Bring in the bees! Send in the bees. I do find Hive Knight to be a pretty simple boss. Of course, he does have all of his... Oh, shoot. That's no bueno. Does have all of his somewhat difficult projectile attacks. Having 2 of those on one fight is possibly a means for difficulty, but not too much for him. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. There's one fight in particular that I definitely am worried about, and it is not Elderhood. Now, if you wanted to bind something that would make things really difficult, bind my Shade Cloak Dash. That would be a bridge too far for me on some things. Man, just get closer to me, alright? So I think, oh shoot, that's not great. Although we do have a lot of opportunity to heal here. Never mind, that's just fine. I think I'm going to let myself try this. I don't know. I think I'm going to give this 3 solid attempts. And if I don't do it, I'm going to go back to plan A. Oop, that didn't quite nail it. I'm going to go back to plan A of doing 1 binding at a time. But I don't think we have that much to worry about, in all honesty. So, that's Elderhood down. Elderhood! And here's the main boss I am worried about here, the Collector. With our nail bound, we are locked in at 13 damage, enough for the Venge Flies, but not enough for the Aspids or the Balders. So essentially, this is one element where the difficulties, ouch, I was talking about against his Ascended foe, against his Ascended boss fight without charms. This is sort of where that skill set comes in. Not the full extent of it, but enough that having those skills is definitely going to help here, because we're not going to be one-shotting every boss that comes down, every bug. Uh-oh. Oh, we're 2 in the deficit now. Oh, 3. Ooh, okay, yeah. This is where I'm most likely gonna die. I think any attempt where I get past the Collector here is going to be one worth going full try-hard mode for. I really need some healing. Never mind. On the bright side, with Elder He being the second fight, if we do take any damage, he gives us lots and lots of opportunities to heal to full in preparation for the Collector. So, this is laid out in a way that sort of sets us up for some success. Now this does bring up sort of an interesting oddity about Godhome, and the fact that it is not possible to practice with bindings down in the Hall of Gods. And while for the most part, if you can beat a boss on Radiant, you can definitely beat him with all bindings, the Collector here is a bit of an odd exception. Because the fact that his bugs... Oh shoot, I should definitely not have done it that way. The fact that his bugs all take more than one hit while your nail is bound essentially calls for a completely different approach to this fight. Very odd that they don't really let you practice that, but it's not going to be the case for just about any other boss. The Collector here is completely unique in that sense. And on the bright side, I think the easiest difference between this and the Ascended Difficulty No Charms challenge is that this guy does not summon Primal Aspids, and they don't attack nearly as quickly. Ouch. Ouch. Goodness. And they don't attack nearly as quickly, and it is much easier to avoid everything that they're going to do. Ooh, that was kind of lucky, actually. Let's give it a one of those. Let's go ahead and see if we can heal a mask. I think we can. We can, indeed. Now, the biggest crux of this issue is going to be what's next, because if I end this fight on one mask, I don't want it to be against something really difficult. Like Zote. Is it going to be Zote next? I don't want to check. I kind of want to be surprised. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Okay. Up to full health. We're still in phase 2. Ooh, I don't like this, though. Ooh, I really don't like this. Die! Oh, okay. Oh, shoot! I'd really like to stagger you without using all my... Oh! Oh, wow. That was... Oh, that was amazing and lucky and just brilliant. Let's waste it now. Okay. Oh. Alright, well that was 3 attempts, but honestly I'm still feeling it. Let's do it. Oh, this is so bad. Oh god! Ah, he hit me while he was staggered. I'm noticing some interesting differences in the behavior of the Balders. Whereas before, I believe the Balders could roll past the Collector. These ones bounce off of his back, and I just wasted an opportunity to heal. And I'm very sad about it. Get out of here. Oh dear. Nope. 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 Okay. Oops, I forgot to put on any bindings. Alright, well there's actually a faster way to get out of here than dying. Might as well show that. You can just be like, alright, I surrender. See ya. You're all just batteries. Oh, I thought that guy hit me. I don't want to get taken out by a Vengefly. Just anything but that, alright? Don't say anything. Don't say anything. I know it's going well, but don't say it. Alright, we can heal. I'm learning. I'm learning that none of these bugs are actually as big of a threat as I've been making them out to be in my head, because they're not the armored variants. No, 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 no. I had him staggered, but the second hit of Descending Dark. No! Alright, I need to be more aggressive with my healing, which sounds weird to say. Nice. Already got hit. Already got hit twice. Stop spawning them on my head! Alright, I'm learning that the opportunities you have to heal during the main fight are actually a lot more numerous if you just focus down the bugs and hide in the corners every time he jumps up, you can sneak a single mask up. With that being said, don't hoard your soul for just healing, because the spells still are what make it easy to deal with all the bugs. So it's that balancing act. In a way, this is sort of like the purest display of everything that makes this game's combat system really, really elegant in terms of problem solving and decision making. Stop it. No. Back off. Stop it. Back off. Back off. Back off. There we are. Okay, that's the third fight of the Pantheon. But almost certainly the most difficult. Oh, good. Okay, yeah. Not at all worried about this. We do have a shorter nail than I'm used to, which may cause some untoward damage. But overall, not too worried here. Ideally, we don't get hit at all here, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Radianting this did take me a couple of tries, so I'm definitely not 100% on it. But if I don't take a hit here, then I can enter whatever is next full on health, which if I remember correctly, oh shoot, is Grim. And I definitely want to enter Grim at full health, but if we go in with, oh shoot, a deficit, we can use his bow. I don't want to, no, come on, I don't want to do Collector again, ever. We can use Grim's bow to heal off an extra mask, so we're looking like we're going into Grim, if I don't die here, with... I don't know what noise that was. It was, oh no, I have to fight Collector again, noise. Gosh, this is mean, I can't see the bees through all the orange stuff. No, I thought he was going up. Ah, shoot. Ah. There it is. Okay. Oh, I think I just got cocky last time. And impatient. Terrible, terrible, lethal combination. And, oh, looks like we're probably there again. You know what? I think I can heal. Oop. Maybe. Let you do that, and then heal here. So after a roll, he has a little bit of a cooldown where I don't believe he can do an attack besides walking forwards for a moment. And of course, the Tamer's attacks crack off pretty infrequently, so we are in a good spot here. I think we're going to be okay. There it is. Okay. Alright, and now that's going to bring us up to Grim. I'm not too concerned about. This is where we could heal. We could Dream Nail him, heal up a bit. Wouldn't be a bad idea. But we are in for a bit of a long haul here. Grim, while not being too difficult to dodge, is a little more difficult to hit with the shorter nail, as we have here. Oop. And healing is going to be pretty difficult outside of most of his attacks, but we can still take advantage of Curtain Call. Like so, here we are. And so I think we're going to make it through this fight no problem. Oh, nice, nice. Got him staggered first time. Is that gonna be... Nope, still no Firestorm. Alright, there's the Firestorm. Alright, that's 1/4. We are moving slowly, but as long as we're not taking too much damage, it's not like he can heal, so we're gonna be just fine. Now, our opportunities to use spells in this fight are not super frequent. If you know he's going to use this attack, you can be ready with an Abyss Shriek underneath them and do some pretty heavy damage. But knowing to expect that sort of thing is not really easy unless you're actually like counting your slashes, which I don't think is necessary. So we're just gonna do what we can with what we've got. Like that. That's a pretty good hit. Of course, as with all 4 binding challenges, using spells is going to be the only way that you're going to be finishing most fights within any kind of reasonable time. Oh dear, that's not great. Alright. Anytime we're not at full health, I'm just going to hoard my soul until he does one of these. I think that's going to be a good, safe way to deal with things. We've done 2 firestorms so far, right? So we're more than halfway. There's the 3rd. Okay, not bad. We're down to a quarter. Once again, I've just been feeling really gutsy with using some Shade Souls while he's up there. It's a good way to do some damage, but definitely riskier than is probably necessary. Now I've got a feel for my nail's range here. We're doing well. Ooh, I don't know why I just thought running away from the bat would help. Luckily, he's got my back. He's using Curtain Call. And there it is. Okay. Whew. Now, while I'm not quite as worried about the next fight as I was about the Collector, I am still a bit worried about it. It is Galleon. And if we didn't have any Lifeblood Cocoons, I would be completely unwilling to even try this entire challenge. But since we've got some Lifeblood to fall back on, we can do some pretty good War of Attrition strategies here. Our damage output is not nearly as high as it was down in the Hall of Gods, but... Alright, let's hit some of our nails now. We've got a good little buffer. 3 hits that we can take. We're already down to his last 1/3 of health. I don't like this right now. Alright. Yeah, the main thing is that we've got Shade Cloak, so we can not easily, but at least more consistently avoid all of the projectiles. And we've got a mask to spare, which is going to be pretty helpful. Because while Zote is not nearly as difficult as all that his titles might have you believe, he's definitely no pushover. And using spells to dodge his certain attacks, like the Fall Through the Floor Giga Slam, is going to be pretty important, and healing is pretty much off the table. Yeah, oh man. And, oh no, his Zotlings take extra damage. I wasn't expecting that. I should have been. Alright, you know what? Oh shoot, I just wasted that. I wanted to heal. Alright, we might be in some pretty bad trouble here. Unless I can pull it back around like that. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Not bad at all so far. Oh. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, okay. Oh dear. Oh shoot, that was, yeah. Without spell, there's really not too much you can do in that situation. Ooh, I was not expecting to dodge that. I was expecting to just come out a net neutral for Masks and Soul there, but that's okay. We did pull off some shenanigans. We're doing well. I don't know why I dreamed out there. I have all the soul that I can have. Alright, Thunder. Ooh, that was close. I think I'm just getting lucky. That's another thing with Zote, is since he's just so odd, sometimes you just kind of end up relying on him doing more of the attacks that you can dodge consistently. I shouldn't have dodged that there. That seemed like not right. But you know what? Come on, Zote, you gotta be almost done here. Come on! How much more could you have? Oh, I don't know why I did that. Shoot. I got greedy. Oh, but didn't pay too heavily a price for it. Okay. Alright, I didn't really anticipate the Zotlings being tougher, but it didn't change the fight too much. Okay, mister. I should probably... Yeah, there we go. Being invincible, of course, makes him immune to the Dream Nail, or not the Dream Nail, immune to getting Soul from our basic slashes, but not from the Dream Nail. which lets us do stuff like this. Never mind. Didn't let me do that at all, but that's okay. This guy's in a good spot. Now, this fight's not too terrible. We do have the acid down below to essentially hide in if things get dicey as far as avoiding electricity goes. I like hanging out a little higher because it does make... Ooh, dear. I don't know if that's going to work. It totally did. Ooh, that was good. Ooh, that was good. Alright, I've got a second one here, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to try it. I don't see an angle there. Ooh, careful. Now, we do have a lot of opportunities to heal here if we really need. Careful. Oh no! Oh no! So that's gonna hurt. Okay, he does do the two masks of, or the Umas do the double mask of damage, which is no bueno. Oh shoot! Ah man, I'm not doing so hot here. Can I get a bit of soul from you here, mate? Thank you. Not the attack I would have chosen for you to do. Oh gosh. Come on, let's heal up. I'm not dying here. I'm not dying here. I'm going to be okay. Okay, I'm gonna steal some of your soul. Never mind, I can't do that. It didn't let me. Oh gosh, who's even next? Can I afford to just go on? I don't know. We'll see how that went. Okay. I need... Shoot, that wasn't enough. Oh, it's Hornet. Alright, Hornet, I just fought you on Radiant, so now I basically need to do that again until you give me an opportunity to heal by staggering. So let's see it, alright? Oop, how about this? Okay, there we go. Alright, not dying yet. And I kept my promise. I did not die to Umu. Okay, that's not a terrible opportunity to heal. If she immediately followed it up with a dash, then maybe. Okay, full health. Oh, okay, now my heart's pounding. We are in a pretty deep... We're deep over our heads here, I think. Man, that was a lot of counters. I don't know how I feel about that, Hornet. I'd like you to stop. We're in phase 2. I don't have quite as much soul to bandy about to just knock all of your spike waves. Are you stuck in the corner? Do you need some help? I think we're gonna be okay. Not doing too badly here so far. Actually, she didn't hit us. Or hasn't hit us yet. She might still, but even if she hits me once, I'm not sweating too hard about that. And then from there, it's just gonna be whoever is the end. Did that do damage to her? I don't think so. Stop summoning spikes. Stop it. I think you know I can't do much about it. Come on, Hornet, you gotta be close now. Goodness! What is this? Oh gosh. Alright, there's the hit. Immediate stagger and heal it off, okay. Thank you. Gosh. You should not be that difficult. Okay. Hello again.
Thou art painfully persistent. Why dost thou defile this pantheon with thine presence? Seek ye glory, O vain one? Thou must understand our purpose. Through ritual combat are we attuned to the voices of the gods. Even higher do they lead us, higher and higher and higher, until through godly focus do we attain communication with that great power sleeping in the kingdom's heart. Dost thou understand our words? Will thee allow thyself to be destroyed by the god of this pantheon? Will thee allow us to resume our sacred attunement?
Bro, what are you talking about? Decided to take a quick breather, just to calm down a little bit in preparation for what's up ahead. And there's a familiar face. It seems it's finally time we had a taste of our own medicine. What happens when we're faced with a truly powerful opponent whose strength lies not in their stature or their unique projectiles, but their agility and their intelligence? Sly is a foe of such tremendous speed and adaptability that when I first sought these challenges, Sly was nearly the one to make me give up. If you haven't got a read on his movements and his patterns, he might just make you do the same. But that's why I'm here. Now, let's take a look at what makes him tick. He's got the ground combo, the jump combo, the cyclone slash, the dash slash, the great slash, and final frenzy. The ground combo is more or less his primary means of attack. It's almost certainly the attack you'll see him do the most. The combo consists of 3 separate slashes, and the second and third both have some interesting AI going on under the hood. See, what makes Sly so formidable isn't his stalking great nail, it's his discipline. Sly isn't relentless or stupid enough to follow through with an attack that you've long since dodged. So, after doing the first slash, his AI runs a check to see if you've gotten behind him, and if you are, he'll immediately turn around and attack towards you. He doesn't do the same thing between the second and third attacks, but instead, he runs a check to see if you're within a certain proximity of him. If you're too far away, he just won't use the third slash. This is a problem because that third slash has a much larger cooldown than the second. So if he cuts off the attack before committing to that third attack, you can forget trying to get in some damage before his next maneuver. His jump combo functions in a similar way. This is the attack he'll use most often if you're particularly far away from him, and it clears distance extremely fast, so never assume you're safe if you're far away. After performing a slash as he lands, he'll once again check your proximity, and if you're far enough away, he won't do the second hit of this attack. And, once more, his follow-up attack has a much longer cooldown than the preceding one, so you want him to commit so that you can get in a couple of hits in afterwards. This is the crux of this entire fight. These 2 combos are what he'll be using primarily through the first phase, and in both cases, you want to stay close enough to draw him into committing to his finishers. If he does, you can dash in and get 2 slashes in before retreating. If he doesn't commit, however, you just have to wait for another attack, or else you will be eating a giant nail to the face. Of course, staying close enough to Sly that he'll always use his finishers is much easier said than done, what with the aforementioned giant nail swinging hither and thither with every attack. You may have to lean pretty heavily on the Shade Cloak dash in order to keep your positioning, and especially to stay out of the corners. But pick your timing carefully, as Sly's enormous arching slashes can be too wide to dash through. The safest time to dash through to the other side of Sly is during his ground combo, after the second slash, as the third doesn't switch directions, and has a relatively thin hitbox. But that's just Sly's basic tools. He also packs all 3 nail arts in order to mix things up to keep you on your toes. The Cyclone Slash has a very distinct telegraph of him charging up in midair, but this attack is just a little bit insane. He'll fly around the arena for its duration, targeting your position, but also having ice-like momentum, the ability to bounce off surfaces, and a susceptibility to knockback. In order to dodge this attack, you'll most likely have to pass over top of him. As long as you're doing that, I recommend trying for a nail pogo as you pass over his head. If you hit his body instead of his nail, it'll push him downwards and make him even easier to avoid. Just go for one, mind you. Trying to stay up top and forcing him down with nail pogos might sound like a good idea, but the precision required to land each nail pogo on his body instead of his nail while he's slip-sliding all over the place is absolutely unreasonable. Just get in one hit and then stay safe on the other side. The dash slash is almost identical to how it was when Oro used it, though it does charge quite a bit faster and the slash itself has a much taller hitbox. Beyond that though, dodging this attack seems like it'd really just be a matter of getting behind him, but there are a couple complications in that strategy. Once again, Sly is a little smarter than that. If you get behind him before he's finished charging, he'll simply drop the charge and switch to another attack. It's better to try and clear this attack with a jump. The Great Slash is Sly's only attack which deals 2 masks of damage, and that means that dodging this attack is your highest priority. Its wind-up is nearly identical to the Dash Slash, including the ability to stop early if you slip behind him before he's charged up. This similarity poses a bit of an issue, but it's not too hard to dodge in such a way that will keep you safe regardless of which nail art he's charging. First, when you see him start charging on the ground, immediately dash away. Once again, the Great Slash is the more threatening of the two, so even if you're slow on the uptake and only have time to either dash or jump, you want to dash. Once you've dashed, then you can jump, perhaps even a double jump just to be safe. All 3 nail arts have a long enough cooldown that you might consider getting in a slash when he's finished, but no one would fault you for playing it safe and getting your damage in elsewhere. His last attack, the Final Frenzy, makes up the entirety of his second phase. When he falls to 250 HP, he'll no longer use any of the first 5 attacks, and instead exclusively attack you like so, flinging himself in straight lines around the arena, pausing and changing directions whenever he touches a wall, floor, or ceiling. The only time he'll stop is when he gets within a certain distance of you, at which point he'll pause and then come at you with a whirling slash attack. He also cannot be staggered in this phase. The cooldown of the whirling slash is extremely small, and Sly will immediately resume flying around the screen when it's over. But, apart from using spells, that cooldown is your only opportunity to deal damage. That's pretty bad news, since the range of the whirling slash is a bit longer than the range of our nail, so getting in an attack would require getting uncomfortably close. But, not to worry. It's time we use Sly's own teachings against him. Your best friend against the Final Frenzy is your own Great Slash. The increased damage is nice, but the range is indispensable against Sly's onslaught, and the charging time is nearly a non-issue, since you'll usually have a few hops from wall to wall before Sly closes in on you. Apart from that, just try and stick close to center stage, and use your Shade Cloak to dodge just about every whirling slash. In effect, we've already broken down the game plan here, but let's quickly summarize just to be thorough. Stay close enough to Sly that he uses the last attacks of his combos, then close in and get 2 slashes in before retreating. Stay out of the corners, but be particular in your use of Shade Cloak to accomplish that. Spells are pretty much always a good option against him, though maybe don't get too clever with Abyss Shriek, as the odd knockback can drop him right on top of you. And in Phase 2, dodge, Great Slash, repeat. And that's just about gonna do it. Sly, consider this karma for all those shenanigans you pulled with me in your shop. Alright. Our fight against the Master. Oh, jeez, I don't know what happened there. Looks like my nail got, like, stalled out a bit. Now, he does not leave us with pretty much any opportunities to heal outside of being staggered, so we gotta be pretty careful here. But we can just about manage that stagger here, which shouldn't be too bad. There it is. Now, he only really gives us opportunity to heal 1 mask, but hopefully, I mean, obviously we can't even heal more than that. Even if we wanted to, so I think we're gonna be okay. Just kind of slow and steady wins the race here. 2 hits at a time after his combos. And that should pull us through to the other side. I am not too worried about Sly. I consider many other bosses in the game to be a lot harder than he is. But, due to the fact that he doesn't give us any real opportunities to heal, I'm going to be playing this more carefully than I otherwise would. Yikes. And if he hits us with a Great Slash, we're basically done. I think I can heal after this, actually. Maybe not. Alright, well. Still neutral on that. As long as you get the heal off, you know. It's not a huge deal. Of course, his last phase is going to cause its own problems. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Ooh, jeez. Just a single hit on that. No need to get fancy with anything here. I'm gonna save my soul just for healing. Just in case. We can make the fight go faster if we use a couple of spells here and there, but I don't want to be out of soul when I need it. Okay, we could heal now, but we're at full health. Time to prepare for the hard part. Although, in a lot of ways, this last phase is a little bit easier than the rest of this fight, because he's only going to do one thing. And having full health, we have got a pretty big margin of error. I don't want to speak too soon, but at the same time, I think we've got this. He doesn't have a ton of HP here. Oh, ha ha! Ah, I didn't know if I could do that. Focus indeed. Alright, that is the last one I'm doing all bindings for. There's no way we're going further in the future. 22 minutes for a single attempt on that is no small potatoes. But my OCD thus satisfied, let's go see what rewards we got. First of all, getting 4 more bindings unlocked another notch down here. There's no need for us to come down here and dreamnail anything, but from now on, whenever we reach the middle chamber, we now get 4 lifeblood masks for our troubles, which is going to definitely help out in the future. And if we head over here, all 3 notches have been filled out across this cage, which reveals to us a 4th Pantheon. The Pantheon of the Night. Seek the Pure God. Of course, we're not going to do that now. But what we are going to do real fast is take down Nail Sage Sly down here in the Hall of Gods. Now, you just watched this fight, only bound, so I'll meet you on Ascended. Easiest fight of my life. That was pretty therapeutic to go in there completely reckless. On Ascended, he gets a pretty significant boost to his HP. About 50%. So we are going to have to play this a little safer. I am not doing that, but all around, since we're not going to have an entire fight of 9 other bosses leading up to him, it is a lot easier to go for some slightly faster strategies. Not to mention the fact that we actually have Soul to sling around now. His last phase, having 600 HP as opposed to 250, does make it feel a bit more like an endurance challenge, but honestly, once you've gotten the timing down for the Shadow Dash away into the Great Nail Slash on him, it's a foregone conclusion. His last phase, as I was saying in the Pantheon, is so predictable since he only does 2 things, dash around and do the pinwheel, that there's really nothing he can do to surprise you. Your first time reaching this phase, it can definitely look overwhelming, but honestly, even the music change, the way the music changes is a bit over the top considering everything that this actually means. And that's going to do it there. One of very few bosses that we can actually dreamnail after he's beaten. That doesn't happen too often. Might have to keep that in mind for the future. But of course, we're moving on to Radiant. And I remember the idea of beating this guy on Radiant seemed absolutely unapproachable to me. It's like, this guy really? The giant nail and the super rapid hitboxes? He like never leaves you a chance to hit him, but that was just before I knew when exactly he leaves you the chance to hit him. And after that, it's pretty much all downhill. Whoa, what was that? Got a nail charging, but I don't want to pause myself. Bam! Oh, good stuff, good stuff. More spells you use, faster it'll go, of course. Although, ooh, that was actually ill-advised. As I said, don't get too clever with the Abyss Shriek like I literally just did. Because you'll most likely, not most likely, but it's definitely possible you'll just knock him into yourself. Oh dear. Which can cause you a lot... No! Shoot, I fell for it. Cause you a lot of problems. Ah, shoot. Goodness. If you're really struggling with this fight, one thing you could do is not bother trying to attack him after his jumping combo. Its cooldown is, even after doing a follow-up attack, it's slightly less than his ground combo is. So, it can all around be a little bit riskier to go after him during that. Of course, the trade-off is that the fight will take longer if you're only attacking him, if you're attacking him during fewer of his attacks. But that's the price we always pay. Nice. Ooh. I really don't like when foes can get hit into a stagger and hit out by the same spell. I know why it happens, but I'd rather it didn't. Where'd he go? Okay. Alright, I don't want to be in the corner. We've already gone over that. Getting in the corner for this particular series of attacks can be a big problem. And I probably should have overcharmed, just because having Nailmaster's Glory makes this particular part of the fight a little bit easier. So you don't have to pay as much attention to whether or not you've charged. But typically the amount of jumps he does between each dash are almost uniformly enough for you to charge up a single nail pogo, or not nail pogo, nail art in between anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. And now I think I'm just going to finish the job with spells. Oh, one spell. Okay. Thank you, Sly. I'll be taking all of my Geo back now. Might as well. We could go back up to Dirtmouth and challenge him right now and get all of it back, but there'd really be very little to spend it on. So, alright, you know what? You can keep it. As you said, fairly traded. And that's where we're going to end things off for now. That probably was a lot longer amount of time for me than it was for you, but it does still feel like a pretty meaty episode there. Alright, so next time, we are going to do no bosses for the first time in what feels like a really long time. No boss fights. We're going to be heading back out into the world and focusing on the world itself. See you then.